Today, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to get started with a Todoist account, from setting it up to all the key features. So let's jump in. So first, we're just going to go to Todoist.com and we're going to click on Start for Free. And they have obviously a lot of information about how this works. And this is a really great tool to get your life organized and get your work organized and keep everything sort of in one place. So to start with, you can sign up with an email or with your Google, Facebook account, whatever you want to do. And here, just to sort of personalize it, you can upload a photo and you add your name. This is going to be for work, and launch Todoist. And you'll land in the Today view and you're ready to start organizing. It's that easy. I love accounts that are sort of just a couple of clicks and you're in and ready to start using. And Todoist is just like that. Now I'm going to walk you through creating your first project. Now, projects in Todoist act as sort of buckets to group related tasks together to help you stay organized. So let's create our first one here. All right, so you're going to hop over to the sidebar here. You're going to see My Projects. This is where they're all going to be laid out for you to see what you're working with. And you just click the plus icon. And you want to add a project. All right, we're going to name this. So I own my own business, so we're going to make an admin. Okay, so anything that has to do with admin is going to go into this project. You can select a color. I'm going to pick teal. You can add it into your workspace, which I only have one right now. And you know what? I'm going to add it to my favorites because that's one that I do every week that I'm in admin tasks, and we're going to drop it into there. Now you can pick your preferred layout. I am going to take a look at this in list form, so we're going to leave it on the default. They also have boards, which is sort of a Kanban view of like you could have all the tasks listed under the boards, or calendar. You have to upgrade to the paid account. Right now I'm on the free account to utilize the calendar. But for right now, I think I just need the list. So we're going to add that. Now we add tasks. So within that bucket, within that project, we have our individual tasks that we need to do. So I'm going to add a task. So let's say balance the budget. And you type that in there. And then you can add a description. If you need further information, you can add the date that it's going to be due on. You can switch the priority levels if it's a high priority, low priority, and you can set reminders. And this is really very helpful to go, hey, if it's a task that you're only doing once a month, you want to set a reminder to go, hey, that task is coming up. All right. So I'm going to set this is going to be due today. We're going to set the priority as number 1, and I don't need a reminder because it's due today. And of course, if it's a longer project that you're going to work on over several days, you can also set the deadline to say this needs to be completed by this certain time, or you can just utilize the dates that the task will pop up as the time to do that, which is more often what I end up doing is I list the task based on here's what I need to do, and use sort of the projects as if there's a longer tail, something I'm working on over a series of days. And then of course, you can change the projects that you want that in if you have multiple projects. But of course, I'm in the admin project, so it's going to create it in there. And then you simply add task. And you see it pops up here. And then it brings you up to be able to add more tasks as you need to. Now, one of the things that I like to do also within the task to help stay organized is adding subtasks. So if you click here to add a task, and let's say we want to add something, balancing the budget as a bigger project, and we have multiple elements of that. So let's say we need to collect the receipts. All right, so we add that task, and within that, so I'm going to take this and I want to go, hey, I'm going to put that as part of balancing the budget. So you sort of just slide it under there, and it now becomes part of this project. And then you can add more tasks. You can add that subtask. Now, you can see what happened when I was typing in plan expenses for, and I said next month, and I wrote that in the title. It automatically assigned that for a month from now, right? Which is kind of a nice feature to automate that you could say, hey, tomorrow, take out the garbage. And it'll automatically just go, okay, we're going to add that for tomorrow. And then you have all your subtasks, and you can add as much or as little information as you need to add in there within the individual tasks or within the larger task, right? And now it's much more, you can collapse that. And now I'm not distracted by all the things that I have to do in there, but I can go, hey, it's time to balance the budget. And I can sit down and go, now let me go through all those subtasks, check them all off. And obviously you can set these as a recurring thing. Maybe this is something you do every month or every week. You can set that to be recurring, however you want that to be. All right. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the key views within the Todoist inbox. Now, your inbox is the default catch-all for all your tasks to add quickly without assigning them to a specific project, which is nice with, especially on your phone. You can have the app and just, as you think of something, oh, I got to do that, you could sort it out later. So your inbox is sort of the default view of that. And you can see that over here on the side. So you can click on this inbox. And when you first set up the account, they have a couple of these key tasks to kind of, as an example, to show you what those look like. Okay, and you can see here it's welcome to Todoist and to 2025. Great, I did that. So you check that off, you get a little graphic. You can look at the today view, which shows you just the tasks that you have for today. Now they had their tasks that they added here, and then we see our balance the budget, which is the task that we had already added. And this is key. When I open up Todoist, I like to look at what do I have today? If you look at your inbox or you look at your homepage, it has all these tasks and they're for next week and the month after. It's nice to kind of isolate and go, this is what I have to do today. And so as you work through there, you can check that off. Great. Now we are making progress. You can see I only have a couple more things to do here. All right. And then they have this task here, find your flow, download Todoist for your other devices. Well, I'm not ready to do that. I didn't get that done today. So you can click on this little dots over here on the side. And when you drag it down, it'll give you the option to drop to postpone to tomorrow. All right. We're just going to get that out of today. This is add your first task. We did that. Look at that. I've got 5 tasks completed, and which is more than yesterday, obviously, because we just set up this account. And now I have a nice clean inbox, which is a great feeling to go, I got everything done. Now, at the end of the day, I like to look at what do I have upcoming, right? So now I can see that tomorrow I have a couple of these tasks. Sunday, I don't have anything. Monday, we have some tasks coming up, right? So we can see, looking at the view coming up, what we have to do. And you can go back to today. You can go ahead to next week, the week after. So it gives you a list view of everything that you have to do, but it sort of prioritizes it based on what days things are happening. So what I like to do at the end of the day is I'll look at what do I have coming up tomorrow or the next couple of days, see if there's anything that I need to move around or maybe something that I worked ahead and got done. I can check those off so that when I sit down tomorrow, I look at today, and it gives me everything that I need to do on that day. You can get the mobile app so that you can have everything with you on the go that syncs with the desktop or the online version, and you're all set. Thanks for watching.